Hey everyone, my name is Adam Lawrence and I'm a website expert. And today we're going to be talking about websites and the tools you can use to build a website. Now, I've been building websites since I was 12 years old in HTML, but since then, I've been able to use a range of tools across the board that are out there right now. So you have the more closed network ones like Squarespace, Wix, Weebly, all the way up to fully customized websites, and then into the Drupal, the Joomla, and the WordPress levels, and even E107 back in the day, if you know what that is. I've been able to use them. I've been involved in projects with them, and currently my creative agency that I run, we manage fairly large scale projects that average about 12 million visitors per month across the board. So we have been able to, as an organization, to transcend from smaller clients to larger clients, but along the way, we've had to use a lot of these different tools to build websites based on their needs. So today, we're going to talk about Wix, right? Wix. Wix is an Israeli formed company. They started it about 10 years ago, I believe, in 2006. And they boast, or they claim, that their page builder or their tool to build websites is easy to use, it's optimized for mobile for different screen sizes, right? And it's ready for Google, aka SEO or search engine optimization, right? So they're saying that you can build a website with them, you can make sure it looks good on all devices, and you can get found on Google with very little effort. Now, that sounds like a dream come true, and we're going to work together, and we're going to be building a website. We're going to be looking at the different features, different tools that Wix has, and we're going to see how easy is it to actually use. Is it actually optimized, right, from different screen sizes, and is it optimized for SEO? We're going to look at those main components, amongst others, as we go through it today. So join me as we start building this website and we start looking at what Wix has for us. As you can see here, we're on the home page of Wix. And, one of the biggest things is create a website you're proud of, discover a platform that gives you freedom to create, design, manage, and develop your own web presence the exact way you want. That's amazing. Let's get started. So, I'm going to probably have to sign in here. Blah, blah, blah. A lot of boring stuff. Let's sign up. All right. We want your Wix experience to be perfect for your needs. Answer a few questions to get us help. So right when we get started, there's a questionnaire so they can kind of determine what works for us. All right. Who do you want to create a website for? This is cool. This is a company website. My client, myself, or my business, or someone else I'm helping. So we're gonna do it myself, but this is pretty cool. They know if maybe there's certain features. If you're working with clients, they allow you to set it up. Have you created a website before? Let's just say I've created a few. See what happens here. What kind of website do you need? I think today we're going to be focusing on an online store because that shows off three components a lot of websites need. An online store, you have the information side of things, which is more like your about page, your general information. You have more probably a blog as well to show off what you're doing, try to do SEO, and an online store product. So that's probably a great baseline to kind of test it on a full spectrum. So let Wix ADI create a website for you, or create your stunning Wix editor. I'm going to see what ADI can do. This is fascinating. I don't really know what that means at the moment. So let's go from here. Online health food store. That probably is the closest. Do I want to have a chat? I don't really want to chat, but I want a blog. I don't really need, maybe an Instagram feed, not a video, paid plans. No, I don't think I really need, maybe a subscribe form, maybe a newsletter, events, probably not, don't really need bookings. Let's, we're gonna, I really love Ginger. Ginger's probably one of my favorite things right now. even make my own ginger beer. So cheers to that. And let's do I love ginger root. Probably should capitalize that I. So let's do that. I don't have any existing information or images, so we're just going to skip that. I love ginger root. My email. Don't really know if I need any of that yet. I don't really have a logo. Pick a theme. Probably want to go clean, just for the vibe I want to go for. Up in here, because, all right, so now it says pick your favorite homepage design so you can easily customize your colors, images, and more. It's loading a little bit here. All right. So it's having us scroll through it looks like just 3 websites. Now at this point, it's a little bit much, to be honest with you. It's a little bit rushed, in my opinion. This is kind of an off-the-cuff decision. I don't really like the darkness on this. This doesn't seem to be professional or clean. This one's okay, I guess. I don't really understand. Yeah, this is a limitation in my opinion, because I'm not really inspired by some of these. Because look at the flow. You know, you have like this huge amount of space at the top. You have some products. You have like a little image with some text, Instagram, contact, map, and then a blog post. Probably going to choose this one just because it seems the simplest of all of them. Probably will have to change it a little bit. We'll see. Optimizing your site for mobile. So they say they're setting up your site, optimizing your site, and adding final touches. So in the span of about 5 minutes, I now have a website that is in some semblance or form together. Now the question is this going to actually work for me? And then the reality is, no, I'm not probably going to keep it like this. So let's see if we can edit it. Let's see how you can show or hide elements by checking or unchecking a circle. All right, so here is where we get into how to edit your own website. So this is all visual editor. I'm assuming we won't have to really get into code. I'm probably not going to get into code because that most people who are using tools like this probably are not going to know that unless we have to Google something. So I'm going to treat this very much like we're going to use the tools how they're meant to be used and not try to go outside the box here. And that usually means we'll have a little bit of a limitation. So right now, I'm a little bit, okay, so if I hide or show, so right now I can show a phone number and it automatically appears up here. And I can show a button. That doesn't look good. Okay, nope, not doing that. Social accounts. See, already it just doesn't flow with me because I think I like the centered effect, but then that just went away. Why did that go away? We lost. Okay, now I'm a little bit confused. I'm not gonna lie. Why did this change? We can add a new section, and here. Okay. So what I'm seeing already is this can get. There's so many options, right? I mean, there's a lot of different things happening here, and it somehow changed already on me to the point of I don't really know if I like how it looks now, but I did like how it looked before. And that's confusing to me because I didn't change anything but add stuff. All right, we don't really need this. We probably want to add. See, this is all great, but this doesn't really help me any way or form. Okay. So what we're gonna get into here is, okay, so the basic mechanics of this is you have blocks, you have elements, right? And then you have the different areas within it. So right in this side, on the header, this is probably the top part of the site where usually where your logo or your name goes. This is your header, so we can show the menu. I think we probably want to be honest with you. That's usually the best case and best navigation. That's usually how it is. There's a store cart, business name, tagline. No, I don't have a logo right now. Site email. I don't really care for people do that. Phone number. I don't really want people to call. I want people to order online, so we're not going to show that. No social. Let's show social accounts. Sure. That looks better. Okay, this is looking a little bit better to me. Let's close out of this, and we are back in business. So boom, we have our header done. We obviously could have changed it. We can look at the design of it. If we click on design, this is probably where I got a little bit mixed up, because this is like you have. Okay, so you have like the top bar, which is the left, the right, you know, the full width. You have the centered version, which is small for some reason. Maybe I can edit the size of the text. No, that just removes formatting. This is linked for bold. No. So let's go back here. Let's close out of this. Let's go back to design. And let's go through this a little bit more in depth as we figure out how this site works. So it all looks very similar to me. I don't know what the difference really is. There's a lot of nuances. It's kind of hard to see, to be honest with you. You kind of have to click on it, and then it loads, and then you have to look at it and see if you like it. And to be honest with you, that's pretty time consuming to have to be back and forth. And I'm not really a big fan of the fact that like I can't really control the things I want to control, to be honest with you. Like, I'm going in here and I'm managing items, and like I can control like the structure, I control the name, I can control where I want them to be, but I really can't. Okay, now I'm getting into design. Deep four. So I clicked the font before. Alright, I like that a little bit better. So this is the font for the entire website, which I just changed here. And then that must be there. So animation, page designs. Okay. So if I go back here and edit it, I'm editing the header again. And then if I hover, okay, that gets me in there. This allows me to do this. So I close out of that and I go back to the design. So there's two parts to this. And what I'm seeing is you have the structure, you have the information, and then you have the design. So essentially, when you close out of something, you have two options. You want to edit it, aka the content and the structure, or do you want to edit the design, which is more of the layout and potentially colors and things like that, which I'm assuming will come in time. So I'm going to just leave it centered as I had it before. I'm not really a huge fan. So it says regular, it scrolls with you, or it doesn't scroll with you, or fixed. I'm going to keep it regular. So you have the type of headers that stay at the top, and then you have others. If I show you this, I can do, oops. See, this is also a problem. You actually click on something and it all changes too quickly. That's all right. And then you do fixed here, and if you scroll down, if I were to scroll, it should technically stay with us, but it probably won't in this viewpoint yet. So that's, again, it's great that you have that option, but the fact that I have to like select it and change it and I don't see it yet, that's a little bit confusing from probably someone who doesn't really know what that means and they don't see it change anything. So the intuitiveness on this page builder is there. I would say that it's going to be a little, if you've never built a website before, this is probably going to take a little bit of time to figure out. If you've used a page builder or you've used a tool like this before, it's probably going to take a few minutes just to see where is what, different structure layouts, how they have things organized. But the biggest thing I will have to say is that you can quickly and easily get started, have some semblance of a structure, of a direction, which is very cool. It kind of helps you choose down, like pick down where you want to be, what you want to focus on, the templates, all of those pieces. And you know, I think up here at the top it says ilovegingerroot.com is available. You can connect your domain. So it's even telling you that since you've named your blog or your website, it actually will help you pick a domain. We'll look into that and see if that's even a good option. And new products, great deals. Not a huge fan of that title, so let's edit this. What we're gonna do is Ginger is good for you. Yeah, ginger is great for you. Learn more. So we're just throwing in a little bit of text, a little bit of this, that, and then we have probably we could change these images. I think you probably would just go and you can organize media. So right now we have a few stock images. Unfortunately, no ginger. That's okay. But you basically can add more images here. This would allow you to upload images. And you can, this is nice. This is very cool. Okay. So one of the biggest things here is Unsplash. I'm going to start here. Is a free, kind of like an open source repository. So you can use these photos however you wish. You can give credit. You don't have to give credit, of course, but it is always nice to credit people where credit is due, right? So you don't have to pay. This is free. This is usually one of the nicest places for us as an organization. For myself, when I'm building a website, I look for stock images at the beginning to kind of get a vibe, get a feeling, and give a representation of what you would like there as images. Now, if you are very organized and if you're building a website for a client or you're building for yourself, the whole goal is to have the content and the copy and the images ready to go so that you can start playing around and start seeing how they fit into the layout, fit into the vibe of what you want. Not always the case. You don't always have great images. This is the second best opportunity, right? So if we go into here and we search ginger, let's see if we can find any ginger to come from Unsplash. So we're shown, okay, look at this. Not perfect, but we're gonna go with this one right here. We have a few like drinks, which is interesting. So if we select this one, I'm curious what happens. So it's a little slow, not gonna lie. It's loading a lot of images from an external source, so it is what it is, but it is a little bit slower than I would have hoped. But it is really, really nice that I can choose an image and upload it in there right from a source, which I would have to go there externally, download it, optimize it, and then re-upload it. This pulls it right in directly, which is really, really cool. So one of the biggest things here, and this is something that is probably a lot of information to start, but for SEO reasons, for a lot of reasons, you should put in the title, a new title of this image. I'm going to call it Ginger Tea is great. And then description is, we describe what we're seeing here so that you're basically outlining for search engines what is actually in this photo, what does it relate to. If you're writing a blog, you probably would have some semblance of the overview of the blog article. If it's a product, you probably would talk about a product. If it's just a random image, just talk about what's in the image. It's pretty straightforward. A lot of people don't do this, but this actually really does help sort and organize your photos. So if people are looking for images, especially if you're in some industry where images are incredibly important, people will be searching for them and they can find you and find your website through an image search. Because nowadays, how Google works is that you have to go to the website, you have to go to the source website for an image. You can't just pull up the full image. You only can see the thumbnail image. So this is actually very important. It's not something you should skip, and it's also very easy to do. It takes a few minutes, maybe at most, to get this set up, and you should do it while you're uploading images so you don't forget, have a ton of them to do at one time. And that's not fun, because then you're not inspired and then you're just writing down random stuff, right? So do it as you're working. Ginger tea with lemon, and I'm just gonna leave it at that right now. So we're good. I don't know, we can link it to a page, and I'm gonna link it to the home page, top of page. So linking it just kind of presets where it is when you're organizing images. When it depends on the different platforms you're using, but it seems to me for Wix, what it's doing is it's creating an image pack for SEO, like a SERP. When someone were to search your website, it has an image attached to the home page, and that also gets pulled in by search engines of what's the context. Is there images? Is there video? Is there snippets? Other information like that. So if you attach an image to it, that will get pulled in too. And more context is always better. Obviously, if you don't know what you're doing and you're just kind of messing around, play around with it. See what you want. I wouldn't say go overboard. It's never great to do that, but you can test it out, see if it works. If it doesn't, you can always unlink it, right? So now, if that's just if you're starting out on a website. If you already have an up and running website, you have a lot of traffic, you need to be very careful of what you're changing and editing, because you could affect your SEO, it could affect your search results. Therefore, you could reduce your traffic or negatively impact things. So always be careful. But if you're just starting out, getting a website set up, it's never a bad thing to try something, right? So here we have different products, it seems. I'm gonna just look at manage of what we're doing here. I love ginger root. So you add a product. So I guess they just had in placeholder things. So really this is a store. All right, so they have all these placeholder products for different types, I guess. I don't really know. I'm going to select all of them. Well, actually, you know what? The shortcut is to click on a product just for purposes today. Okay, let's remove this image. Let's remove this image. Let's add images. We can add video, which is pretty cool. Let's go back to Unsplash. And let's do a little bit of searching. Let's do a mug. I guess it's not filtering. Oh, there we go. So we have a mug. Let's go with this one. You can add another image. You can add a video, which is fascinating. That's always great for products. Mug, white, and then new arrival, brand new. And you see how that highlighted there when you're writing stuff brand new. You can add a new one, so basically you create a ribbon and then you can probably use that again for other things. So you're creating more tags. Probably not $85 for that. Let's do that. We can put it on sale and we can do a discount, 10%. Look at that. It's new. Product description goes here. You seem to have basic editing options that you probably will see in most things. Product information, refund policy, shipping info. You can add a new info section. Safety test. This is about safety. Okay. And we click OK. Boom. We add that in. We can add custom fields about personalize the product, the colors. Probably don't want to do that. We're just going to do, since we call it white, we probably just want to say white. That's it. Sorry, everyone. Not many variations yet. We'll see how this goes. Maybe we can get some more products out there, right? So manage pricing and inventory for variants. I don't really know. So right now, what I'm seeing here is it allows you to set variable pricing. So for example, if you have a product that's white, white mug is $4.50, where it costs you more to have a black mug, or it costs you more to have a gray one. Then you can set different pricing based on color. So when people select a color, you'll be able to do that. So for example, with the white one, we're going to leave it as is, and we're going to be able to work with that. If I were to say this is have a black mug, this is a color, I don't know what happened there. Let me try this again. Go back to color. Color is already in use. So, okay. So we have to add our colors together. And that way, other option would only be size. Okay. So if we do size, and then we have small, medium, large. Those are our options. And then we go down here and we can edit these. So for example, we have all of them in stock. We can change the weight, all that, but small would be $4.50, and then all of them are the same cost. But when we get into medium size, we have to bump up the price $1, right? And then we go up $2 for these ones. I'm assuming this is how they want to use it, so that you're paying $4.50 for the small ones and then $6.30 for the large ones, and all of them have a 10% discount, it looks like. So we could apply, and we hit save, and therefore, technically, I guess, in one mug, in one product, I probably should rename this. Let's go back inside, not call it mug white. So I can just change it up here and just call it mug ginger love. There we go. Let's hit save. Everything's visible. Let's go back to this page here. All right, you can create a coupon. You can send email campaign. There's a lot of cool things built right in here. Not gonna lie, it's pretty intuitive overall. So I just closed out of that whole thing, which I didn't really want to do. So let's go back and manage that. All right, so we have our dashboard. So it's also telling me I haven't paid for this. So I haven't connected payment method, so they won't be able to buy from the store. All right, so I added my first product. Set up payment methods. Let's see how easy this is. So debit cards, let's learn more about their. So right now they accept credit cards, all of them pretty much. They have 2.9% transaction plus 30 cents. So if they're, for every $100 transaction, they're taking $2 or $3.20 out of the transaction. So it's about it's a little over, okay, averages out, but it's pretty normal. I feel like for industries, I think PayPal is maybe a little bit cheaper, but not as convenient. We can look into that. Alipay, depending on your market, Chinese websites, Square card reader. So basically, this is more of an in-person thing to connect everything together. So if you're in retail and online shop, you probably would want this enabled. We're not going to do that. So let's hit connect. Okay, so I need to okay, so this is where the fun starts in that to get started getting paid online, upgrade to a premium plan. That gets you to accept. So let's say upgrade now. I'm really curious what that means. So what they want us to upgrade to, $27 a month. You can accept online payments. It's your business. We won't take a cent of your sales. 100% commission free. I think that just refers to the platform, not to payments. Gonna be testing that one out. The more media you add to your website, the more bandwidth it requires. Unlimited bandwidth, sure, that's not really a selling point anymore. Everyone advertises it. It doesn't really mean unlimited. It just means that they don't think you're gonna maximize their bandwidth requirements. So 35 gigabytes of storage. It's pretty respectable. A lot of the servers that we set up for a lot of our clients with single websites, they range from 25 to 35. So, usually you're not going to run into any problems. Now, the question is, over time, is that going to add up? If you're adding a lot of images, you're adding a lot of video, it's going to add up pretty quickly. So you're going to have to look at what the next level up is, and that's 50 gigabytes. And I don't know if you can buy it in increments of storage, or if you'd have to upgrade pretty quickly to a very high level of $500 a month. But we'll find out as we go through this journey. So you can connect your domain, remove Wix ads. I guess if you're using the free version of Wix, you're going to have ads on your website. That's something to know, that if you're using a free version, no matter if it's your own domain, you're going to have Wix ads on your website. And that's probably not highly desirable for most businesses. So if you're going to use Wix, which we haven't really made a determination yet, you're probably going to have to pay for it if you're going to make it worth it. So 10 video hours, you can upload the 10 hours of video for playback in high definition. Embedded videos are free. I'm kind of torn on this one because I don't really know. I don't know what websites would be using 10 video hours, because pretty much all the recommendations out there are to embed videos from YouTube or Vimeo, because they're going to be able to host and process it better. So this is good, but in all honesty, you probably won't ever need this. Google Analytics, you definitely want Google Analytics. You do want to integrate it. Not sure why this is a feature, because Google Analytics is free, and you just sign up and you get a code and you can add it to your website. There's a lot of options out there. I'm guessing this helps you set it up, or it gives you a space where you can put in your code so that you're able to connect to Google Analytics very easily, which is nice. But again, not really a huge selling point. Get a free domain voucher for a year. Great. This is worth like $10. It's .com, .net, .org, Infobiz. Yeah. So it's okay. It's a good value, maybe $300 ad spend. So $100 in Google Ads with $25 purchase, $100 in Bing, $100 in local listings. It's great value, but like at his Google, you have to spend $25 to just unlock it. And honestly, a lot of these are probably what value they're going to bring in the beginning. It's great to have, but I guarantee you a lot of people don't even use these. And Site Booster app, this drive more traffic to your site, get found in search engines like Google, and get listed in top tier directories. Wait a second. Site Booster app, $60 value. Drive more traffic to your site. Okay. Get found on search engines like Google and get listed in top tier directories. So they're not talking about speed here. They're saying Site Booster, which is basically boosting you into the online space. And they want to drive traffic to your site and get found on more search engines like Google and list in top tier directories. I don't know what that really means, to be honest with you. I mean, how are they driving more traffic to your site? Yes, you can get found on Google, but that doesn't really mean you're going to get more traffic unless you're listed for the right keywords. and then getting listed in top tier directories is great. But what are those top tier directories? I mean, that's really the biggest question in my mind. And why is this a $60 value? I don't know where that's coming from, and what they're doing, but it's great that they're thinking about these things. But in my mind, I'm very confused at the start of what does that even get you? Visitor analytics app. Wait a second. Get amazing insights and stats about your site. Visitor analytics lets you see where visitors come from, your most popular pages, and much more. So I'm assuming this is Wix version of like Google Analytics. Okay. Professional logo, $50 value for a logo. Get a stunning logo for your brand or your business with a Wix logo maker. You'll get a full commercial usage rights and all the file types you need. So here's something that I'm seeing right from the get-go that you got to be very careful about is you get full commercial usage rights and all the file types you need. It doesn't say that you own the logo. It says you get commercial rights to use it. I've already read through their terms and conditions and their privacy policy just recently. And one of the snippets I found is that you do not have the right to sell or to give away the logo that is created by the Wix logo maker. And they also do not guarantee that your logo will be distinctly different from other businesses using the same logo maker. So, for example, there could be 1,000 people using the logo maker in one day, and 2 people have the same exact logo with different name. So you're not, in my opinion, it's a very big threat to a brand if you're using their logo maker because you don't technically own the logo and you have no right to sell that logo. Let's say, for example, if you were to sell your business or sell your website or do other things with it, you don't really have the right to do that if you're using the Wix logo maker, which, if it's a $50 value and you're starting out, probably is not a huge issue for most people. But if you're a business and you want to be very serious and do things right and not run into issues down the road, I would recommend investing a little bit more money into a logo. You don't have to invest thousands, but maybe a little bit more than just an automated logo generator. And I would do it independently where you own the logo, you own the files, you don't just have commercial usage rights. So little bit of a downside right there. Get 40 different sizes of your logo ready to use on all your social media channels. This is great. Variations of the logo are always good. The only thing that I'm getting at here is social media logo files. Yes, these are great. You want them. This is a good benefit. But a lot of times you need much more than just a logo for social media things. So you're still going to need a designer or potentially use Canva or some other Photoshop, Illustrator, or something like that if you have those skills to be able to create banner, graphics, other items for your social media channels. So this is just getting you part of the way.